Hey guys, welcome back to Silent Hill 2. You may be wondering what the hell happened once you see in a moment, and you see that we have a lot more health items and ammo than we had before. Well, what happened was the last time that I recorded, I forgot to turn on the microphone that was connected to the laptop, so the Samsung microphone picked up none of my voice, so that whole video track basically became unusable because there's no audio on it except the game audio. So I pretty much had to start over from the last save, which was in the hospital, and basically play all the way up until this exact moment here, where I finally left off in the previous session. So that took a while to do, and then I was busy watching the Twilight Zone marathon this whole weekend, so I didn't really have any time to record, so here we are picking up again. The one good positive thing though is that I had forgotten to get the rifle the last time, so I was wondering how I was going to be able to play the rest of the game, especially the last couple of bosses without the rifle. But since we are starting over, we can go get that now. You can see where you can find it. So you see, you find it right here at the back of the office, and we have a lot of ammo here too. Yeah, now we have the hunting rifle, so we can use that against the bosses. Well, we'll really use it against two of the bosses, not the one of the major ones towards the end. No, the rifle's not really effective on this difficulty, but it'll still come in handy. It's better than trying to do everything with the shotgun. Okay, so let's get back to exploring the prison. I'm gonna try to see if I can remember most of what I talked about last time. But I probably won't remember all of it because, like I said, there's no audio at all on the recording that I made except for the game audio, so I do remember that I wasted a lot of bullets here trying to kill these few enemies here. So one thing I wanted to point out here is this invisible enemy right here. Yeah, it's in this cell. And I always find it funny because way back, many years ago on YouTube, during a playthrough of this, somebody said on YouTube that this was lazy design, having an invisible enemy here. You know, it was lazy design by the developers, having an invisible enemy here. And it's like, you freaking idiot, it's not supposed to be, you know, a regular enemy. It's just an Easter egg. It's actually just one of the prisoners that was being held here in the prison. And you can shoot at him too. It actually takes a lot of bullets to kill him. But you see, you can shoot at him if you want. But you know, it's just like an Easter egg basically. It's just a little thing, you know, for just to make it that much creepier. Just something more for you to find if you want. But yeah, you had that one random YouTube comment saying it was lazy design by the developers. Alright, we got a wax doll. You can actually see the symbol of the order there on the left hand side. This one's kind of similar to the one that they use in Silent Hill 4. What books do we have here? Let's see. We got Black Magic from the Abyss, Resurrection of the Dead, The Chronicle of Agrippa, Manuscript of the Iron Rings. I wonder if some of those are based on real books. Got this one on Sacrifice and the Art of Demon Summoning, Tome of the Seer, The Feast of the Succubi, The Falling Angels of Mercy and Faber. Yeah, I wonder if those are based on any type of historical, mythological books. Or if it's all just made up. Like how people think Lovecraft, you know, got the Necronomicon from somewhere else, but he actually made it up himself. It wasn't a real thing. So now we are on the other side of the prison. We've already got the first 2 tablets, I think. Yeah, we just had to find the third. I've been playing Stray recently. It's a pretty decent game. It's a very laid back and mellow game, so there's not much to talk about during a recording. I can see how it might not be for everyone. You know, it's mainly just puzzle solving. You know, because you're a cat, so there's not much you can do, so it's a very laid back game. It's definitely not for everyone, but I find it to be pretty cool. It's a short game too, so I think it's only like 5 hours long. Yeah, since I had to replay that whole section from the hospital to the prison all over again, I pretty much went around and gathered all of the ammo and health items that I could from every single corner of the map. So we now have enough ammo and drugs to fight about 8 pyramid heads. So this is kind of creepy here. I always found this to be a really creepy setting. Oh, and I can also see here now that it's indoors. For some reason I always thought this was outdoor, like in the prison yard. So this is where they obviously executed the prisoners, but I always thought it was outdoor. But now that I'm looking at it, it's actually indoors. Yeah, you can hear the horses galloping around here. That's always creepy. So here's the 2 squares for the tablets that we have. We need 1 more. I've give you blood to atone for the 3 sins. It's written on top of the engraving. James really likes to use the word depression, doesn't he? He doesn't really use hole often, except for when he's jumping down them. So we got 2 of them. I also wonder if this is what we see in the remake in the trailer, or when he's pulling down on the noose. I wonder if it's this section right here, or if it's the one later on in the other part of the prison, or like the maze. It's probably this one because we can see it's dark behind him when he's pulling down the rope. Let's go kill that guy so it doesn't bother us. Hope he doesn't get up from that. I haven't really gone back to play Resident Evil Village in a while. Even though the third person mode makes it a lot easier to play and it makes it more fun to play, I mean I've kind of lost interest in it. Because at the end of the day, it's still Village. You know, it's still not great. 436 people at a recital. Woman in Flight. And this one is Burning Man. And if you see there, that's the Lakeview Hotel that James is heading to. So this pretty much all represents the 3 characters that we've been interacting with throughout this whole game. So this one probably represents Eddie being teased at that huge recital, which was what started it. Woman in Flight is obviously Angela trying to run for her past. And then Burning Man is James, is obviously. Although we don't know the reason why yet, but it makes logical sense. Yeah, he's saying ritual. This is another one of the guys, like, he's the same as the other previous prisoner. He takes a lot of ammo though, so you really want to have to kill him. There we go, that did it. Like, you can ask what he probably looks like, but it's probably just a prisoner. You know, it's just invisible. So here's the third tablet. Tablet of the Oppressor. Also, those are biblical images. That looks like Jesus on the cross and Mary, I think, carrying Jesus' body. So I'm guessing whoever was in here was a religious sort, but from actual Christian religion, not the order of the town. This must have panicked people when they first played it way back in 2002. When you suddenly think that you're stuck in there. Alright, so we got that door unlocked, so now we just have to go back and put the 3 tablets on the... where all the nooses are. Yeah, I'm thinking they might have changed this puzzle for the remake because it could be the other one where he has to pull the one for the innocent man. But the thing is, it does look dark all around him and it looks outdoors. Which the other one is definitely not outdoors, it's very much indoors. I mean, this is still indoors, but it's more expansive, you know, than just the other place. So, we'll see. And so there's the 2 pyramid heads too. A bit of foreshadowing there. Okay, so none of them are still lowered. I thought for a moment maybe one of them got lowered once you use the tablets, but now they're all still in place. This prison's in really good shape for being over 100 and what, 20 years old, 130 years old. There are buildings over here that are 50 years old that aren't in this good a shape. Okay, so now let's take this way back over to where the little entry on the floor is. So I've played Stray, haven't played Resident Evil Village ever since then. I started playing Miles Morales, which is really good so far. Yeah, see here, now you gotta combine all these, which is one thing I hope they keep in the remake. I hope they keep the combine aspect and they don't dumb down the puzzles. There you go. Yeah, it's fun to combine the different items. I don't want them to get rid of that. Even though it might expedite things by not having to use combinations, it's still fun. You still gotta work a bit to figure out things in some of the puzzles. Will you jump in? Yes, of course. I just gotta figure out how to get a PS5. Especially hopefully sometime before Resident Evil 3 Remake, which comes out in 3 months, so got a good solid 3 months to think about it. This is obviously a day one purchase, the remake when it does come out. This is one thing I hope to keep too, the little comments that he makes here. So he has the standard one that he makes there, but then he has ones like this one. A horrible smell is coming from the hole. My God, in the hole. I didn't see that. Did that just move or was it only my imagination? There's something in the hole. It looks like it's all dismembered. No, I can't look anymore. Yeah, it's fun when characters actually make observations about their environment. I think it makes them more relatable. I think that's why you can't really relate to the Resident Evil characters all that much, because aside from them being like superheroes, they also don't comment on their environment, which is kind of odd, because no matter how many missions Jill and Chris and all the others have been on, there's gotta be stuff that rattles them. There's gonna be stuff that disturbs them. So for them to not comment on it at all makes it kind of weird, especially with the younger ones like Rebecca. Like, she should at least have a few choice comments about some of the stuff that she's seen. And Leon definitely should have some comments about it, so this makes it more relatable. This corpse into this hole? Okay, the textures are not looking that great on this one. There's only so much they can do to blow this up to HD. This needs a proper remaster, but there's only so much they can do without new assets from Konami. Yeah, so you can see here that he's really just going from section to section. You're not really going underground. It's more like the prison is inverted. Yeah, you can see the entryway right there with the fence. So it's more like he's going sideways. But you're really just teleporting all over this prison, and it's not really underground, so I guess maybe just the added complex, because he's not really going deep underground. At most, he's maybe going maybe one layer underground. I like that each door also has its own unique sound sometimes. They don't just reuse the same sound effect for the door, you know, 100,000 times. Like some games do. So be honest, if you were in this situation, like would this be the point where you just kind of give up and say, no, I'm not going any further? You know, if you're having to jump down all these holes and now you're in this place which seems to be underground. Like obviously you don't have a choice here, but before that, would that be the point at which you just turn around and say, nope, I'm good. I'm not interested. You know, is this where the turning point would be? You just turn back and you just turn back up and go right back out into the prison. Just forget about all this mess. So when I first played this, I thought this was some type of mine shaft. And it still might be to some extent, but like I said, I don't think he's really traveling underground in the mine. You know, I think this is just constructed from that picture that he saw. And again, part of the prison's existing structure. So I don't think he's obviously going a mile underground. You know, he's still on the surface level. It just looks like you're going underground. Miles Morales is a really underrated game. Like a lot of people talk about the PS4 Spider-Man. Everyone talks about that one. But I don't see too many people talking about Miles Morales anymore, and from what I've seen of the game so far, it's pretty good. I mean, the only real flaw is probably that it's really short. But again, it was meant to be like, it was just meant to tide us over until Spider-Man 2 comes out on PS5, so I can't blame them for making a game just like, you know, 8 hours long or 9 hours long, because it was never supposed to be a huge game like that. You know, it's obviously more than a DLC, but it's also not some huge 30-hour game. You know, it's just a more budget Spider-Man title until the bigger one arrives. And so far it's pretty good. I like it. Yeah, this is a spot where I was wondering last time when I recorded and it got erased. I was wondering if this is where you'd turn back. You go all this way down, seemingly underground, you know, miles beneath the prison, and now you're here in this hallway that makes no sense. Like, would this be the spot where you turn back? You just take the elevator right back up, go back to the prison, find some way to break open that door, and just say, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going any further. Yeah, let's go around them. Oh damn, he can still see me. Now we got him. It really makes it easy to cheese them when you turn off the flashlight because they can't see you that well. So you can just go around them. Oh damn, there's two of them. Time to use some health. We've got a ton of it. Like I said, we can fight a wave of pyramid heads at this point. But we gotta separate these two. Gotta lure him over here, I think. God damn it. God damn, get out of the freaking way. You know what? Here, I got some for your ass. You ready? See if I can time it right. Aw, damn, we don't have the great knife yet. So you know what? Change of plans. Change of plans. First we get the knife, then we get these guys. That is not it. Alright, I think he's alone. Let's see. Let's give him the rifle. Finally. You know what, we're gonna save that guy for the knife. Because he was so annoying, I really want to hit him with the great knife. So let's go down into his lair here. Oh god damn, it's right there. Here we go. This is a very nice angle, by the way. Look at that. That is a cool camera angle right there. Alright, so we got some ammo, and here's what we really came from. I mean, here's what we really came for. I like these here too. It's a little foreshadowing of something that'll happen later on. That's cool when games give you like little hints like that of what you're gonna find further in the game. It's like Resident Evil 7 with the VHS tapes, where you see areas and enemies that you're gonna see later on in the game. It's kind of like a little preview of the next area. That's always cool when games do that. Right, I know he's around here somewhere. See if we can get around him. Let's see if we can hit him with this. God damn it. Really? There we go, killed him in one shot. I can't get through here because of the wire stretched across the path. Come on, James, you can easily take out that wire. You know, you can cut it with something, like use Angela's knife there. It doesn't look that hard. Like, you can probably cut through it with something on you. You don't have to go looking around for some obscure tool to use. Okay, so now that we got the knife, now we can go and explore the other area. Yeah, we're gonna... God damn. We're gonna avoid these guys. Because they are not worth the trouble, so we're just gonna avoid them. This is a nice little puzzle here. Basically each opening or door stands for the side of a face on the block right there. You have to figure out which one to open, which side to manipulate the block so that you get the proper door. A lot of people miss how to do it. Like even a streamer I was watching recently, one of my favorite streamers, like even he missed how to do the door potentially, because you gotta realize there's no hints at all. So basically you just have to look at this and realize that each one stands for a face of the block right here. Let's see if we can get on the first try. There you go. See, it's easy. You just gotta realize that each one stands for a side of the block. Because otherwise you could be spinning that for a long time. I think it took me like 15 minutes to figure out the puzzle the first time I did it, because I basically twisted the block so many times that I couldn't figure out which one was which. It's like a Rubik's Cube.
You're alive! Maria, I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt bad?
Not at all, silly.
Maria? That thing, it stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It chased us to the elevator, and then
James, what are you talking about?
just before, don't you remember?
Guy Chihi does a decent job as James.
Did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So, you're Maria?
I am. If you want me to be.
All I want from you is an answer.
That's some really good CG for the time.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
Yeah, Guy does a good job as James. He's trying his best. I think he just didn't have decent direction
Don't you
at the
wanna
time.
touch me?
I don't know.
Come and get me. I can't do anything through these bars.
Okay. Stay right there. I'll be there soon.
We can't look up her skirt in that shot right there. It kind of blocks you. You just see her legs and nothing else. Come on, Maria. You can do plenty through those bars. You know, gotta think creatively here. There's plenty you can do through those bars. Come on, if you wanted to. You just gotta think creatively. Yeah, Guy Chihi, is that his name? He does a decent job as James. Like I said, I think he just didn't have proper direction. Because this was early 2000s, so like the Japanese studios were still trying to figure out how to do good voice acting. You know, really Metal Gear was the only one that had actually done great voice acting at the time, so as far as the Japanese games, so it's a little rough, but I think he does a decent job as James. She really does a great job as Maria though. I love her voice. But I think Guy just needed some better direction and guidance. Yeah, let's just get around these since it's not worth it. I think the American games had actually done better voice acting than the Japanese games at that time because Soul Reaver had some pretty good voice acting. Like, it was great. It wasn't on the level it would become later. Because Soul Reaver 2 has some phenomenal voice acting. Fantastic. But they had better than the Japanese. I think the Japanese were just getting used to doing decent voices for games. Although even though the voice recording studio, I think it's supposed to be American, but even so, those first few efforts were still rough. I mean, look at Final Fantasy X. Look at how long way they've come since Final Fantasy X. They've come a long way since that primitive era of voice acting. I'm gonna try to see if I can find all the hidden rooms here. There's a bunch of hidden rooms that have ammo or health or stuff like that. I'm gonna see if I can find some of them. Okay, so there's one exit. We're not gonna touch that yet. Here's another one. The only thing is that James can't map the area in the dark, so you gotta turn on your flashlight occasionally to keep mapping the area, or else you'll get lost. You think this part is based on an actual area that exists in the prison? You know, was it really created from scratch for James, or do you think this is based off of, say, like a corridor or hallway that you find near the prison? Because it seems like, you know, it has all the lights, it has, you know, switches and electrical outlets and plugs, so it looks like a real area. So you think this is completely created from scratch for James, or you think it just resembles a place that you find near the prison, like say an administrative area or a hallway or something? Because it looks too well developed to just be a place that came out of nowhere. It seems like it might resemble something that actually exists in the prison in real life. Let's see what else we can find. So I think that's where we came from, right? That's the previous area we were at. Okay, so here's the other ladder. Let's see what this goes. Yeah, this is the correct way. So this is where we need to go next. But I'm still wondering if we're missing the other area that has some bullets in it that we can use. Yeah, let's go down and see if there's any other way. Okay, no, so that leads us back. So that leads us right back to this hallway. So we gotta go on to the next area. See if we can find that room. I think he has 4 handgun bullets in it. God damn. Okay, so that's a dead end. Let's see where the next ladder is. Okay, so we still need one more section. We're still missing some of the underground section here. So there's the ladder that I think takes us to the next area with the upcoming boss, but I want to see this first. Oh, here he comes. Come on, James, reload faster. God damn. He got in a sneak attack on that one even though he couldn't see us. Yeah, here's the room I was talking about. It has handgun bullets and more handgun bullets. Okay, here we go. Someone was talking about they hope they expand the prison, you know, for the remake. But I'm not sure because the prison is already big enough. I don't think it really needs to be expanded. It's already a pretty big area. I'm guessing they might expand this though, because this seems like it could use some, you know, more rooms and more dead ends and twists in the maze, so you get kind of lost. So I can see them expanding this a lot. There's a newspaper on the ground, stained with something that looks like blood and is partially illegible. Losing my voice a bit. Let's see if I can read this from what I remember. It says the body of a man later identified as Thomas Orozco, lumberjack, age 39, was discovered in the. I think that says family home. Lying. I think it says lying fatally wounded or something like that. The probable cause of death was multiple stab wounds to the front of the neck and the left side of the torso by a sharp-edged weapon. The estimated time of death was somewhere between 11 p.m. and 12:30 midnight. Due to signs of struggle in the room and the lack of a murder weapon, police are considering this a homicide and have opened a murder investigation. Furthermore, given the fact that the cash in the room was untouched and Mr. Orozco had a history of drunkenness and violence, the police suspect that the motive was not robbery, but rather a crime of passion. I hate that because it shows how incompetent the police were. So they knew he was violent. They knew he had a history of violence. And he was a drunk and he was still not in jail. Like, why wasn't he in jail then? Why didn't they arrest him if they had that big record on him? You know, they know he's violent. They know he's a drunk. They know he has a pretty big record and is probably beating on his family every night, but yet somehow they don't arrest him. He's still free. Newspapers are scattered all over the walls and floors. There seems to be nothing of interest. But this one has today's date. That's kind of strange. So this is showing right there that there's a town that's still going on outside of this. You know, it's not a very big town though, because I think that even in the real world the town is partially abandoned, so there probably aren't that many people there besides people from the order and stuff, but the town is continuing to function outside of it. Like, I don't think it's a completely normal town, you know, like some people envision, where there's tons and tons of people, but I think obviously the town is still functioning in some capacity there. Can you imagine if he heard that and he just kept on going? He was like, you know what? That's none of my business. Let's see if we can get this guy with a great knife. Let's see. Oh, goddamn, he's too slow. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can swing. God damn it, James. Yeah, he's just too slow. There's no way he's gonna do it. It's too slow and the room is too confined. What if we hit him with the rifle though? Let's see if the rifle can slow him down enough to get the knife on him. God damn it. Yeah, he's just too slow. There's no way we can use the knife. Finally.
Are you okay? Angela, relax.
Don't order me around!
I'm not trying to order you.
So what do you want then? Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
No, that's not true at all.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me. Beat me up like he always did. You only care about yourself anyway. You disgusting pig.
Angela,
Don't touch me! You make me sick. You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
yes, she was ill.
Liar! I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
That's ridiculous. I never.
Yeah, that's out of line right there on Angela's part. That's probably the part where if I'm James, I would just give her the gun. You know, if I have the shotgun and the rifle and I have a lot of spare ammo, I just throw her the gun, give her a few bullets, and just slowly walk out of that room and get the hell out of there, because this is obviously an unstable woman, you know. Just give her the gun so she can defend herself and just walk away, you know. She'll never find you, depending on where you go. So we all know what this room signifies, right? You know, it looks fleshy. There's pistons moving in and out of the wall, so we all know what this means, right? And it's funny because many years ago, on one of the Silent Hill forums, there was a user named Corporate Mastermind. I know, what a name, huh? And he was basically arguing about this as he was saying that he didn't believe Angela was sexually assaulted at all, that there was no evidence that she had been assaulted in the game. And it's like, do you see this room? Like, are you blind? Are you stupid? Like, do you not see what this room represents? How can you stand there? You know, how can you go into this area hearing what she said, looking at this fleshy room, you know, with all the pistons moving in and out and not realize what it stands for. Like, how stupid are you? Like, Jesus, what a dumbass. Yeah, he thought Angela had only been assaulted physically, not in that other way. And it's like, dude, the signs are obvious right here. You know, the game can't make it any more obvious than this. Like, do you really have to spell it out for you? Really? Sorry to quote Rosemary there from Metal Gear Solid 2, but do we really have to spell it out for you? Really? Okay, so here's one of the infamous puzzles in the game that everybody knows. Yeah, see, this is what I meant when I said I wonder if that noose is the one in the prison yard or if it's the one here. Because you pull one of the ones here, but at the same time, over there it looks like it's dark and outside in the remake, so I think it's probably the one in the prison yard. Like, I wonder if they changed up that puzzle. Or maybe they even moved this one over there and they just switched them. Because it looks like he's standing outdoors and pulling on a noose on like a step ladder or something. So here's the infamous puzzle the infamous poem that everybody knows. Dead men swinging in a tree. How many dead men do you see? Tongue turned blue and face gone gray. Watch them as they twist and sway. The first one killed the butcher man. They cooked him in the frying pan, served him to his hungry guest, and gave them seconds on request. That one actually reminds me of this story from England about this butcher in a small village many years ago who was angry at the mayor because he'd been ripping off the customers, and so the mayor caught him and punished him, and he was angry at Mayor Lamb, so he got drunk in the middle of the night and went out to chop up the mayor. And instead he found a guy in the cemetery called Alan Grebel, and because he was drunk he didn't realize it was the mayor, so he stabbed the guy and ran off, and Grebel didn't even realize he'd been stabbed. He just went home and died. And so obviously later next morning he was caught because he literally left his apron with his initials there. No, it was the butcher knife. He left his butcher knife with his initials laying there at the scene of the crime. So he basically asked the court for mercy, and the problem was the mayor was also the judge who was presiding over the court, so they just executed him. And then they actually made him into soup and served him to all the villagers. So cannibalism, yay. But he basically got done in the same way he did to those other animals, I guess. They ate him. The next one, with his smile and sweet, stole poor children off the streets. To men who dressed unsavory, he sold them into slavery. So the first one's a murderer. This one's a kidnapper. Breaking into a home at night. The thief, he had a nasty fright. Filled his foolish head with ale. Woke in the morning in the county jail. This one was stupid. Why would you drink while breaking in? Like, that's when you need your full focus there. Why would you break into a house and then start drinking? The artist, with his daunting skill, tried his hand at painting bills, but caught in rain he was undone when the ink he'd used did start to run. So this one's the counterfeiter. With promises of great return, taking gold he did not earn, bundled it up out of sight, slipped quietly off into the night. So this one's a thief. 3 houses into ashes burned, the sheriff with no place to turn, did spy a stranger to his town, locked him up and beat him down. And so that one was innocent. He got blamed for being an arsonist just because he was a stranger in the town. Dead men swinging in a tree. How many dead men do you see? 6 feet long and 6 men wide. Round their necks the noose be tied. I think on the hard puzzle difficulty, on the hard riddle difficulty, that's actually the diary of a condemned man. And it's really vague because you have to solve it to figure out. You have to read the diary to figure out which of the criminals was falsely accused, and it is really vague. So it's very difficult to solve. Notice, only the sinless one can help you here. Mistakenly pull a criminal's rope and your reward will be returned to you in a shape most wondrously strange. That disappointed me a little when I first played the game because I thought that meant a new monster was going to come out. And no, if you pull the wrong one by mistake, it's just another spitter. So you don't get anything new. I thought it was going to be a new monster that would show up. So you gotta basically pull the news of the condemned man. So we already know it's the arsonist. He was the one who was innocent, so. This is the swindling. Yeah, that was the guy who got away, or tried to get away. The swindler. This was the kidnapper. This was thievery. Counterfeiting. Murder. And here you go, arson. This one's the innocent one. Although I think several of these probably didn't deserve death. You know, that's a harsh punishment. That's a harsh punishment for like the counterfeiter, like thievery, counterfeiting, swindling. Like, are those crimes really deserving of death? So that's kind of a harsh punishment right there, because like the counterfeiter is not really hurting anyone other than the government, so is he really deserving of death? Like, shouldn't he be in jail? Same thing for the swindler, like he didn't hurt anybody, so shouldn't he be in jail instead of getting executed? Those are some harsh punishments. Okay, so we gotta pull on this one. Maybe it is this puzzle in the remake. Maybe they just have the lights turned off to make it darker. Maybe it is that one. Although, like I said, I get the feeling they may have switched the puzzles, or maybe even combined them into one. Here you go. Here's the key. Got key of the persecuted. And that one is key left by prisoner who was wrongfully executed. Yeah, like I said, I think several of them were wrongly executed because some of their crimes weren't really deserving of death. Room 208. I wonder if that has any significance whatsoever.
Maria? Maria? Maria, no. What happened to you?
Oops, we were too late, James.
Why?
Looks like Pyramid Head got to her first. How did she die? Because it doesn't really seem like there's an exit wound anywhere, so... Did she get stabbed, or...? Yeah, there's blood around her eye and her face, but how did she die?
Mary.
For the longest time when I first played this, I thought she wasn't wearing stockings. I thought her legs were gray for some reason. There's nothing else for me in this room. There's nothing more that I can do here. I don't want to, but I have to just leave her here like this. Run her pockets, James. Maybe she has something useful. Maybe she has a gun we can use. Or a butcher knife. Oh wait, she threw away her gun. So maybe a butcher knife. Maybe some cash we can use after we get out of here. So it's funny because he says there's nothing more I can do for her here. You know. There's nothing more he can do for her here. And here's a cemetery right next to the area where she's at, you know. Complete with poles and everything. So like, if he really wanted to, he could have just brought her up here and buried her here in the graveyard, you know. Like if he really wanted to, he could have just brought her here and buried her in the cemetery here. I know it looks like there's hard floor under the grass, because you see it right here with the wood, but you can find the spot. I mean, here you have two open plots right here. Just throw her in one here, and just push some dirt over her. You know, just bury her there. Just throw her in, put some dirt over her, and there you go. Instant grave. I like what the tombstones say. An epitaph is inscribed here. This felon drank one last bottle of ale before he was executed and laid here to his eternal rest. So this one's too scratched. Here you go. Walter Sullivan. Of course, we all know there's more to that guy than meets the eye. I really like this theme too. This is one of my favorite themes in the entire game. The soundtrack that's playing right here. There's a deep hole here, but there's nothing inside. There's a name inscribed on the tombstone, James Sunderland. Angela Roscoe, Eddie Dombrowski. So that signifies obviously that the two of the three characters that we've met have pretty much sealed their fates. You know, there's no saving them at this point. But James still has a chance. That's why his plot is open. Yeah, so there's no saving these two. That's why it's all filled in. James still has a chance. So we're gonna save right here in the catacomb, because we have a boss coming right up. I'm gonna see if I can use the great knife on him. So I wonder, it's odd to have an indoor cemetery in a prison, so I wonder if this is supposed to be an outside in the regular town, or was it just, you know, a small little cemetery that they built inside the prison, so when prisoners died there, they could just bury the convicts inside and it wouldn't be too much of an expense? Because it's very weird to have an indoor cemetery. And we know that a large portion of this doesn't exist, but this actually seems like a legit cemetery inside the prison, so I wonder if this is actually outside in the regular town, or if it is inside and it's just like a convenient little cemetery for them to bury the convicts in. Oh, I also saw Violent Night. That was pretty good, you know. It's pretty good. I thought it was going to be all just action and Santa Claus fighting the mercenaries and brutal gore and stuff, but no, it's actually pretty decent. Like, there's more to it than that. I'm definitely going to get that when the 4K comes out, which does not come out until March, I think, or May, one of those two, so that's a long wait. But I'm definitely going to get the 4K for that. It's a pretty good movie. Definitely my favorite Santa Claus movie that I've seen recently. Because I thought it was just going to be all action and gore, but no, it's actually a pretty decent story in there. So I liked it. Oh, here we go. Stained with Blood. Yeah, the map makes it seem like we're almost underground, like almost under the lake or something, or since we have no map for this area, but we're actually not that far from the surface. Let's use the rifle, you know, because that's pretty much meant for bosses, so let's use a rifle first.
Eddie,
This is one of my favorite scenes ever.
What does it look like? He always busted my balls. You fat, disgusting piece of shit. You make me sick. Fat ass, you're nothing but a waste of skin. You're so ugly, even your mama don't love you. Well, maybe he was right. Maybe I am nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead. And the corpse can't laugh. From now on, if anyone makes fun of me, I'll kill him. Just like that.
Eddie, have you gone nuts?
James, why won't you keep your mouth shut?
You too. You're just like him, James.
Hey, I didn't mean anything.
Don't bother. I understand. You've been laughing at me all along, haven't you? Ever since we first met. I'll kill you, James.
Like, James, you idiot, why couldn't you just keep your mouth shut? You can see the guy is insane. Why would you say that to him? What the hell? You idiot. I mean, you could have done anything else. You could have kept your mouth shut. You could have even offered to help, you know, just to trick him and get the hell out of there. Why would you say that at that moment? God damn. Come on, rifle. Damn, do your job. Alright, we gotta use an ampule. Let's just use the shotgun. The rifle's not doing too well. How many bullets was that? 6? At close range. It's like it's like, I was gonna say Wesker, but it's like Chris and that one guy in, was it Resident Evil 6 or was it the Resident Evil animated movie? Like they were just shooting at each other from like 2 feet away and neither one of them could hit the other. Or like 1 foot away. Like that was terrible, man. They already had their guns like 1 foot away from each other and no one could hit the other. Like, god damn. So there's the argument that I always hear. Are these people real or not? You know, are these real people that he's killed or are they people created for him by the town? And I'd like to think they're real people. You know, because it would be much more disturbing that way. But I think they're actually a mix of both. I think it's actually both. Some of the... Because we've seen the guys laying around the town. And you know, it's not just James and it's not just James and the other two here. We know there's a lot of people around the town being judged, as it were, going through their own judgments. And I think, unfortunately, they had the misfortune of running into Eddie. So I think it's a mix of both. I think the guy, maybe like the guy at the prison, and some of the people around town were real. And then I think these are probably just made up for him by the town, because you can see they don't really have faces. And we saw from earlier that we saw from the Angela boss fight that James can see other people's monsters too. They just look differently to him, so it's not just some hallucination. There's actually a presence there. You just see it differently depending on different people. So I think these are probably just some of the creations for Eddie. I don't think they're actually real. I think they're just manifested by the town for him.
Do you know what it does to you, James? When you're hated, picked on, spit on, just because of the way you look, after you've been laughed at your whole friggin' life. That's why I ran away after I killed the dog. Ran away like a scared little girl. Yeah, I killed that dog. It was fun. It tried to chew its own guts out. Finally died all curled up in a ball. Then he came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog. He's gonna have a hard time playing football on what's left of that knee.
You think it's okay to kill people? You need help, Eddie.
Don't get all holy on me, James. This town called you too. You and me are the same. We're not like other people. Don't you know that? Let's party!
Eddie, we have a thing called department stores now where you can get a nice makeover, you know, change up your clothes and look. You know, maybe people wouldn't be picking on you that badly. Maybe they wouldn't pick on you that much if you could just bother to clean yourself up a bit. Okay, so... God damn, he's so fast. How is he so fast? I want to try to hit him with the knife. Let's see. Here he comes. Let's see if we can get him. Here we go. Definitely. Okay, we got him once. Incredible boss fight, right? Let's see if we can hit him again with the great knife. Oh damn, here he comes. Let's run for it. Let's see if we can get him from this angle. God damn, James, you idiot. Right, we got him. I think that's enough of that tomfoolery there. Let's just finish him off. God damn, James, he's 1 foot away. Also, if he hit so hard, why didn't he just fight back against his bully there? Because it sounds like he was a grown man, so... But we can see here, he actually hits hard enough to knock your health down, so... God damn. Come on, James, you idiot. Oh, he's frozen. What the hell? Sit with the rifle. God damn, come on, James. Really? Really, James? You can't hit this fat man once with the frickin' rifle. Come on. Let's just finish him off with the shotgun. This man took like 8 shotgun shells and I don't know how many. Well, like, was it 2 rifle rounds? Plus the great knife.
I killed a human being. A human being. Mary. Did you really die 3 years ago?
So he's starting to remember something. We don't know what yet. So this guy took all those shotgun shells. It hit from the great knife, 2 of them. And did we even hit him with the rifle or not? But he took all those bullets and shells. Like, come on, this is no human being, man. This is no ordinary human being. And you notice he doesn't even have a scratch on him, which makes me wonder, how did James actually kill him in the story? You know, in canon, how did he kill him? Because there's no bullet or shotgun wound there at all. Like, did he just, I don't know, like, did he just fight him with maybe like the pipe or something and just knock him upside the head and kill him that way? Or he just broke his neck or something? Because there's no exit wound for a bullet at all. There's no wounds from a shotgun shell. So how the hell did he kill this man in canon, in the story? Like, was it just with the melee weapons? Did he just hit him in the head and killed him? And of course you can't pick up his revolver. Because that would be way too convenient if you can get another weapon. This looks a lot better than the park where the water is all drained. You know, and all you saw was the cement close to the pier. This looks a lot better. And as you can see, we were never underground at all. We were always on the surface level, close to the prison. So even though he jumped in all those holes, we were never actually anywhere near the underground area. We were always on the surface, just going around from part of the prison to another part of the prison. It was all just him teleporting all over the prison. Okay, so we dealt with Eddie. We finished up the prison and labyrinth section. So next time when I play this game, then we'll definitely finish the game. We could just go to the Lakeview Hotel right away and just play all the way straight to the end, because there's only like a couple hours left on the game, so we will do that next time. I don't know how soon I'll play it, because I really want to get back to either Resident Evil Village, because I don't know, I've kind of lost interest in it, but I still want to give it one more try, or maybe that game, The Sinking City. I really want to play that game because it's Lovecraft, and it's kind of the superior of the two Lovecraft games that were released around the same time. Because Call of Cthulhu actually kind of sucked, and it got like a 3 out of 10 from reviewers, so I really want to play that game. I want to get back to finishing Stray, and I want to keep playing Miles Morales, so I don't know which of those games I will play next. Probably Miles, because I'm having so much fun with it. But I might also give that Lovecraft game a try. I hear it's really interesting in the story department. The puzzles are convoluted and brutal, but I hear the game's actually really good in the story, so I might want to give that a try first. So we're doing okay on ammo, but we used a lot of health during that boss fight. Like that was ridiculous how Eddie kept chasing him around, and no matter how hard I ran after him, like I couldn't hit him with the great knife except 2 times. I kept getting damage from his punches, which, like, how hard does that man punch to knock you down into danger mode with 1 or 2 punches? That's some insane level of strength right there. Freaking Eddie, man. I wonder how they're gonna change that boss fight for the remake. Maybe it'll be multiple rooms. Like, maybe they'll just have you pursue him from room to room, and that way you can just keep attacking him until he dies, rather than it just being in the meat locker and then in the room next to it. Maybe it'll be multiple rooms that we follow him through, and maybe they'll actually show how he killed him. Like, maybe if you shoot him with a gun or a shotgun, maybe he does end up bloody and with an actual wound, showing us that he did kill him that way, because that's just a mystery to me. How he has no wounds or, you know, bruises whatsoever. So I wonder how they will do that boss fight in the remake. I don't think we've seen anything of Eddie yet, right? I think they're saving him to be a surprise, which they probably should. So I don't want them to give us everything in the trailer, like with Resident Evil 4, where people are begging to see the island and they want to see the regenerators, they want to see more of Salazar, they want to see Krauser, and it's like, let them put out the game. They don't have to show you every single thing that's in the trailer, and I mean, they don't have to show you every single thing that's in the game and a 3-minute trailer, you know. Just enjoy those 3 minutes for what they are, and then let the game surprise you. So I'm really curious to see what Eddie will look like in the remake game. You know what also would be interesting before I go? If they gave us a brand new area to explore, somewhere we've never been. Maybe an office building, maybe, like I said, the administrative wing of the prison. Because we saw the hallways that were blocked off inside. You know, there was a fence between you and them. You couldn't go anywhere. So I guess that's like a second floor of the prison, and I imagine that's where the administrator's offices are. The labyrinth is based off those. So I guess we might see those in the remake if they choose to expand the prison part. Maybe we'll get to see the actual administrative offices, and maybe there's an area too between the hospital and the prison, because from that to the historical society there's really nothing. It's just one long walk back through all the places you've been before. You know, you're just jogging back and collecting tons and tons of bullet and health. So it would be nice if they added something, even a little area that was new, you know, to that section, so that it doesn't feel quite as tedious and repetitive, you know, with there being tons of nurses around, and the only real difference is that it's at night instead of day. So hopefully they'll do something with that, but we can speculate more on the remake game next time. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough, or at least enjoying seeing more of Silent Hill 2 in this HD format. And like I always say, they did a great job with the HD mods. So hopefully one day we'll get an actual HD remaster of this game on the consoles if the remake and Konami's new games do well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time on Silent Hill 2. See you later.